Alexia, Ray, Corey, are you ready to get fully spooked?
I am absolutely ready.
Herbie Fully Spooked, the spooky sequel to the hit film Herbie Fully Loaded. Let me read this letter real quick. Interesting. We're playing Daylight. It is a new game, just came out today on the Windows PC platform and the PlayStation 4 platform. It is the premier glow stick simulator. You encounter spooky environments, and you have to get your glow stick through it to take it to the best rave ever. Oh, no.
Oh,
got some
what's happening?
Spooky lines. You got some spooky lines on your arm.
Sweet tat.
A sweet spectral tattoo. So, basically, I'm going to walk you through the game, because the game doesn't walk you through the game when you start it. You are told, you're dropped in this... Oh, look at that. That's just moving on its own. Who did it? It were a ghost. You're dropped in this hospital, or maybe it's a prison, or maybe it's both. Spoiler, it's both. And told to find the remnants of the past, and that your name is Sarah, and that's it.
Oh, wow. That's not a lot of information to go
No,
on.
it's not really at all. There's some bugs. Let's squish them.
Ew.
These are remnants. They're little letters that tell you, or diary entries that tell you what is going on in this this spooky hospital prison. Bad things exclusively, and you have to try and figure out why you're here, what's going on, how things went so bad here. I mean, obviously, this is not a hospital in good working condition. So
I was going to ask. There's are there any patients?
Uh-oh.
Oh jeez.
There's a person. Now that's a ghost, and if I look at it for too long, okay, she's gone. It will hurt me, and it'll kill me if I look at it too long. But these ghosts in this game, well, I shouldn't say ghosts, because it's the same ghost over and over again. If you don't look at it, you're fine. They're like booze in reverse. They're like reverse booze.
That's interesting. I mean,
it's kind of interesting, but not like there's this growling noise that all the ghost makes that is very distinctive. Also, the map on your phone like flashes like it's doing right now. I know the ghost is close. Could be right behind me. I could walk backwards and be totally aces. Just as long as I don't turn around, this ghost isn't going to do anything to me. Let me just...
Oh my god.
Yep, okay. Right there in the corner. Yeah, like, that's genuinely very scary. Like, in principle, like, seeing a ghost is scary stuff, but that ghost is not going to... I think I died once the entire time I played this game for review.
So if you stare at them long enough, do they rush you? Like, what do they do?
Nope, they're real slow. I think maybe you're not like getting hurt. Maybe you're just like going insane. Maybe there's a little Eternal Darkness thing going on here. Another remnant.
Do they always spawn so far away? Like, have you ever turned around and it's been
my god,
right
yeah,
there?
yeah. No, well, this is the first level, I should point out. So they're sort of introducing you to the fact that you're in a spooky land, and there are ghosts, but the ghosts probably aren't gonna come after you too hard. You can see I got that threat meter down there at the bottom. That fills up the more remnants I find. Once I find 6 remnants, this is something that goes like fully unexplained. Maybe like one little pro tip pops up down there at the bottom. There's nothing good down here. You have to find 6 remnants, and that will spawn the sigil. And the sigil is the key that you need to open up the locked door that's in every level. And then that's how you move on. So, like, good luck figuring that out your first time through. Because you really do not get a lot in the way of exposition.
They don't explain that. Like, you just have to like look at, like, what does the sigil look like? Like, how do you know that that's what you're?
Well, it spawns in the portal room, which is a very iconic room. The portal room and the locked door both show up on your map, and you see I got here.
Ah, there we go.
The map's not awesome because you can't see like where the doors are that you haven't gone through really. So the way that sometimes I found a lot of the remnants like this, like those are pretty easy to see. Most of the remnants you'll find are locked away in like interactive objects in the environment, and the only way that you can highlight those is with the glow sticks that I've been using, which when they go out is kind of scary because you don't have any light whatsoever.
So are all the remnants like the little piece? Like, are they all pieces of paper?
Yeah, they're all pieces of paper. A lot of the times you don't see them though. They're just like in those cabinets, like that one I just opened up. But there were flares in there, not remnants. You are not you're not getting the full audio effect of this game, which I think is a lot of it, because you can hear like footsteps around you, screams, stuff like that. It is an upsetting environment, to say the least. Oh, I just saw something run by the door.
Oh gosh.
Didn't like that one bit.
So there's the one ghost.
There's the one ghost, but she's very persistent. Please let me get through this door.
The one persistent ghost. There's nothing. Is there anything else like running around, or is it just the one ghost that you sort of have to?
Well, there's the ghost, which is spooky. Like, ghosts are spooky enough. I don't know why you need more than one ghost to be fully spooked. I think if you encountered one ghost, like on your day-to-day, you would be thoroughly spooked out.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a good playthrough. This is a good sampling of this, because now I'm getting a little bit annoyed because I have 5 of the 6 remnants I need, and God knows where I need to go. Hopefully through here. Maybe I'll find it. I have spent a long time trying to find the last, like, file cabinet that I missed. And, like, this is the entire game. Like, this is... There's not much else to it. There's some very, like, small puzzles between these sort of... There we go. Remnant hunts.
Yeah. So after you open something, does it, like, close again? Or, like, does it just stay open so that you know you opened it?
Sorry, I should note, in all fairness, that a fire alarm just went off behind me, and that's why I jerked like that. I got spooked. No, it'll stay open, so you'll know, oh, there's a little bonus remnant. Sweet. I am not reading those remnants just because I'm trying to get through this to show you what this is like. But there is a story to the game. Here we go. Sigil located.
Creepy.
I think it is this teddy bear. So here's when things get a little extra spooky. So I have a flare that I can use if a ghost gets too close to me, and it will sort of banish it. And the flares last for a long time, and you can find typically a lot of them in levels, especially if you're just kind of rushing through it. Oh, well, now I'm somewhere else.
What?
Yeah, sometimes they do these little jump cut guys.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Look at all those portraits. That teddy bear is not doing well.
No, and the teddy bear is completely useless. So the flares you can use to fight off the ghost, but you can't use them when you have the sigil in your hand. So once you find the sigil, you have to get back to the locked door to make it through the area. I have no clue where I'm going. It sucks to look at your map in this game.
Can things attack you while you're looking at your map?
Oh my god, yeah. Well, no, I mean, not if they're behind you.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I could find a ghost, look at it, turn my back on it, and stand completely still for the rest of my life. And be totally, totally cool. Because ghosts, I mean, like I said, they're reverse boost. Do I need to go upstairs or downstairs? Do you remember? I think upstairs.
Upstairs, maybe? I wonder why they're reverse boos.
Yeah, because once you realize that they're not especially lethal, if you just keep your back turned towards them, they become significantly less scary than Mario boos.
Mario boos are pretty scary.
Are they? I mean...
Something chasing you?
I don't know,
around?
like I just played Mario Golf, and like they're not especially scary in Mario Golf. I mean, they're pretty good at golf, I guess. Alright, so here we go. Made it through.
Ooh. Maybe it's something about that like big, obnoxious, lolling tongue that just sort of is
sure.
terrifying.
So that's it. I just beat that level. Now I'm like, I can just sort of kick it.
Hooray!
That is really like, so now I'm in like safe land, and between safe land and those sort of remnant hunts, like, oh,
nope, ooh. Spooky.
That's sort of the whole shtick. So like, well, I feel like you and I have experienced some. Okay,
Ah!
where are you going? Hey. It's a scary game. Like it has, it feels like all of it is sort of built around.
Whoa!
Don't like this one bit. These jump scares that it like drops on you every 15 seconds. Like whether it's you turn around and this ghost lady is pursuing you, or like a wheelchair like starts hovering and starts, throws itself at you. Like there's some genuinely scary stuff that happens, and it seems like the game is built for that stuff. But the looking around for pieces of paper is like not especially great. And these like environmental puzzles, like I just pushed that box 2 feet and then that was it. Like,
so it's weird. So it's a spooky environment, but the things that you're doing in it are just not do they take away, like, for you, do they take away from the spooky, or are you still
I mean,
fairly
it
spooked?
does. Like, it seems like the entire game. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those old, like, Flash prank games that they would have on, like Albino Black Sheep and websites like that, where it'd be like you're doing like a maze or something like that, or like a Where's Waldo. So like you have to pay really close attention, and then because you're paying really close attention, when like a demon face like appears and screams at you, like it scares the shit out of you. It kind of seems like a more evolved version of that, where like you have to pay attention to everything because you are like scouring the environment looking for these pieces of paper or like filing cabinets or whatever that are pretty easily missed. So like you have to pay really close attention to every square inch of your environment, which is like, it seems like it just does so it can like put a scary face in front of you, and then it's scary. And that works, and like it's scary, and like it's exciting when that happens, but every moment where it's not happening, like I'm in the second level now and it looks a lot like the first, and I'm just looking around for pieces of paper. It's randomized every time, but really that just means like the order of the rooms and hallways that you have to go through to look for these pieces of paper are different, and also you'll run into like those different, like that IV bag holder that moved itself. You'll run into like stuff like that you haven't seen before. But like this is my third time through the game now, and it's not like that big of a difference.
Yeah, I was going to ask, because this is procedurally generated, so it's just different.
It's well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's just like the rooms and hallways connect in a different way, and you'll encounter those different events that may not be the events that you ran into the first time. Sometimes it's kind of substantial. Like on my second playthrough, I encountered like a giant room full of jail cells that you could open up and explore that I hadn't seen in my first playthrough. Ooh. But like, I don't know, man. Like there wasn't like a whole. I still felt like I was playing through the same exact sort of campaign. I'm gonna try and get this ghost to spawn, because we haven't really seen her in attack mode.
Because I'm watching this and I'm thinking of like Outlast. This reminds me kind of the whole like running through the.
Sure, Outlast had some neat stuff that it did though, like with the camera, the ultraviolet, whatever, the infrared light that it had, like that was super, super, super scary. And also you could hide in that game. Like that was a big mechanic, was hiding. You can't really hide in this one. You can just sort of run in the opposite direction or use a flare. Like, okay, so my screen is now going bonkers. I know she's right behind me. So if I just like...
Oh my god. Hey.
Okay, so like, I'll show you. Whew. Oh, she vanished again. There she is. Okay, so, right, that's scary. I don't like that. Don't like that. Nope, that's bad. Don't like that one bit. So you can see I'm starting to get hurt, right? But like, I'm just gonna kick it.
Oh my god, she doesn't do anything.
Oh, she's gone. I must be standing right on top. There she is.
Oh god, sorry. Oh, sorry.
I know it's scary. Like, I think I would have yelped in that situation too if this weren't my third time through the game. But like, I know if I stand completely still right now, I'm super cool.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That's really interesting that they just don't, like, if you don't look at it, it just doesn't exist. Well, okay.
Well, now she's just, okay, now she's, what are you even doing now? She's not hurting me right now. I can use a flare and she's gone. So, do you know what I mean? Like, it's scary, and it's like, a lot of the time you'll get that telegraph on your phone of like the static will start up and you'll hear that growl and you know like, oh my god, no, it's gonna happen. And eventually like that telegraph becomes so like, it sort of decreases the scariness of it because you know it's coming, you know that she's right behind you. Like right now, there she is. Yeah. Get out of here. And that's like, that stops being scary after a while, which really kind of lulls you into a false confidence, because then there will be, instances where it's not telegraphed. Like you won't get to see the static and you won't hear her growling, and then you'll turn around and she'll just be like, a booyah. And it's like, that's really scary every time. Like, I don't know. It's weird for me. This game is weird because like, it's genuinely very scary, and it scared me a lot, and being scared is fun. But there are a lot of times where it's not scary and not fun and like just like unbelievably tedious. Hopefully the sigil's right behind this door. Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine like not getting warned is probably spookier, but that like
Just gonna drop
so
that there.
that's the and if you do that, does that prevent her from coming? Like, can you ward yourself against her? Or
Yeah, you can drop your flares and glow sticks, and that will stop them if they get close to that. But I need to look at my map. See, this is my favorite part of the game because you're completely powerless, and you have to please get that subtitle out of the way so I can see where I'm going.
oh no!
Okay, so I'm just going down a little bit, and then I'll turn right and then left. Okay, cool. All right. See, you're completely powerless, and you have to like memorize your path. She's right behind me. Oh, maybe not. You have to memorize your path, and you have to like execute it, and she will come at you like a spider monkey.
Like a spider monkey.
I think I'm cool though.
But that's the only ghost. There's no ghost variation. There's no like.
Nope.
Nope. Can the environment hurt you? Because I saw all those boxes fall on you before.
No. She's really the. Oh, there's like one part where you can fall in some. You can fall and hurt yourself. Yeah, but that's really about it. Yeah, I mean it is interesting. Like, I called it single faceted in the review, and I think that's fair. But like, I think it is interesting how they have like focused the entire game around this singular idea of making you like look everywhere and keep your eyes open and stay engaged in the game. As menial as like the task you may be doing is, like you are engaged because you have to be or else you'll miss stuff, and that's the most annoying thing in the world. And then after you're engaged, like it scares the shit out of you. It's these moments of like spectacular, scary highs surrounded by like a majority of the game, which is just kind of painful to play through. It's also got some pretty bad bugs. There was a level that every time I tried to run, I would fall through the floor of the level and then have to start over. It's hard locked on me a couple times. There have been some pretty rough stuff, which hopefully they'll be able to patch. I don't know. It's weird. It seems like it's completely designed to be a game that people will play and then stream themselves playing, and then like people will be entertained by them screaming because they, turned around and saw a scary thing. There is Twitch integration built into the game, and
yeah.
I don't know if you heard about this, but there's this cool thing where people in the Twitch comments can type in certain commands that will activate events in the game of the stream that they're watching. Yeah, so you can type like, you can hear like footsteps coming from behind you, or like pounding on the walls, or you can make Sarah, the protagonist, keep saying hello over and over again. So that's kind of neat. It's neat that they sort of acknowledge that the one really neat thing that the game does, which is deliver all these jump scares constantly, and then it sort of takes advantage of that and then turns it into a sort of a social thing. Like, that's interesting.
Yeah, that sounds like they sort of, I guess maybe the game is sort of, if you're looking at it from that perspective, I can sort of understand why things are simplified if they want to sort of focus on that sort of social group mentality of like watching other people just get scared and scaring them. That's neat.
It's neat. It's neat. That's what is so frustrating, is that like, I love jump scares in games. I think that jump scares in horror games, when done right, are like the most memorable parts of those games. Like, you play a lot of horror games, right? You're a fan of, like, you remember like the first time you played Resident Evil and those dogs jumped through the window, and like I would shit myself. And there's like Eternal Darkness is my favorite horror game of all time because it has some of the best jump scares ever. Like when you're just walking around the house and then you see your own corpse in a bathtub, or like a body hanging where it wasn't before. Like, there's some really, really great moments. And so like the idea of a game that is just that, is like kind of neat. It's just frustrating that for like every bad idea or every good idea that's in the game, there's 3 sort of poorly executed ones. Because I think it could have been a much neater game, like if it just didn't rest on the laurels of being jump scary a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm really genuinely sort of baffled about the ghosts. If you like just turn your back to them and you stand there. I think that's sort of like, I don't know, that seems like, I don't want to say it's like, oh gosh.
I mean, that's the thing though, like even when you know something is sort of mechanically toothless, it's still pretty freaky. Like when you when it hops out at you. I need to get away from this situation. I mean, I
Are you
don't.
dying?
I got hurt because I did see a ghost. Anyway, this is Daylight. Ghost
Daylight.
close to me. It's an interesting game if you're like a hard. Oh Jesus!
Ooh.
Oh man,
Ooh.
she jumped around. That's
Ooh.
cheating.
I saw that. I totally saw that.
Maybe we spoke too soon. Yeah, she'll get you like that sometimes. Like you'll be walking down a hallway and you'll see the static go up, and you'll turn around and be like, "Oh, she's right behind me," and she's not. And then when you turn back around, she's actually right where you were looking in the first place.
Oh gosh. That's horrifying.
Oh, and there she is again. Yeah, sometimes she'll just be on you like I don't know.
She is persistent.
She is. Anyway, it's Daylight. It's interesting if you're a horror game enthusiast. It's not super expensive. I think it's $9.99.
Yeah.
So like if you're looking for like just a late night opportunity to get spooked, it is that. But it's not much else. I beat it the first time in like 90 minutes, and then
that's short.
I ran through it a second time to like see if anything changed with the random generation, and it took me about 45 minutes. Oops, don't have a flare out. Get out of here. So it's interesting. It's not great, but it's scary. And if you like putting videos of yourself like screaming online, then this is I would say about as good a game as you're going to get for that.
There's a market for that.
There
There's
is definitely a market for that, and I think they acknowledge that, and I think that's why it has all that stuff built in. So anyway, it's Daylight. Thank you for watching. One more time. Where's that? There you are.
Let's get her.
We'll have more vids later this week. Gonna try and do Child of Light. Looking forward to that one. Looks interesting.
It's very good.
So we'll see you later. Stay tuned. Alexa, thank you for joining me. It's your first time on the Overview franchise.
Awesome.
We will talk to you guys later.
Bye. Oof. Oh my god.
That's what happens when you die, by the way.